Hi, I'm Emma and I'll show you how you can reuse objects in Mobius and tell you everything about the interconnectedness of objects. Now this is a very important feature of Mobius and it has definitely benefits, for example efficiency benefits or consistency benefits. However, it's also a little bit of a double-edged sword, so you need to pay attention to a few things. So let's dive in. I'm going to use this t-shirt as an example. And as you might already know, in Mobius, your product models are always built up from certain building blocks. So you can see that a bit here. If we collapse this model, you can see that this t-shirt has a few main building blocks. So electricity, but also plastic film wrapping, which is the packaging, and then some recycled PE fabric. And yeah, these items then again contain smaller building blocks. And the nice thing about these building blocks is that every item I create in Mobius, I can reuse multiple times if I want that. And they are also always interconnected. So if I use this LDPE granulate in another product, for example, this is exactly the same item in multiple products. So how can I see that? Well, if I go to the object library, for example, and I look for this LDPE granulate, you can see this object here and it will be in multiple products, namely every product that has the same packaging. Now, what are the advantages of this? Well, there are essentially two main advantages. So the first one is efficiency, because being able to reuse these objects means you only have to create them once instead of every time for different products. And also if you want to adapt them, you only have to do that once, and then it's automatically adapted for every product. So this can save you a lot of time and frustration. And the second thing is that over time you also might make a mistake once, because if you keep repeating something over and over again, the chances of mistakes just get higher. Now I also said that there's a little bit of a double-edged sword to this, so there's also a less nice side of this feature. So I already said that if you change an object in a certain product, that it will change everywhere else. And if you actually only want to change a certain object for one product, this can lead to unintended changes in other products and therefore also mistakes in your model. So for example, if we have this recycled PE fabric and for this particular product I'm getting it from a certain supplier and I want to change the transport distances, but for another product I'm getting it from a completely different supplier and that should still have these transport distances. If I change these now, then this will be changed in every product that uses this fabric. So that's then undesirable. And you can see how this can lead to mistakes. So always check before you change something, is this item used in other products? And do I also want these other products to change? Now, what if an item is indeed included in other products and you don't want those products to change? You can actually use the scenario functionality in Mobius to make your changes. So I already explained this as scenario functionality in a different video. So if you want to know how it works, look up that video. So in this video, I've explained how you can reuse objects in Mobius and how they are all interconnected. And I've also told you about the benefits and also the disadvantages of this feature. If you have questions about this or you don't entirely get it, look our resources up. We have a lot of resources on our Help Center on YouTube, and also some online courses. So check those out, and otherwise get in touch with us. And good luck with making your own LCAs or product carbon footprints.